Angela Jimu. I'm a photojournalist. I first trained as a journalist at Harare Poly. That was way back 2000 to 2002. And then I went to ZBC. I had a short stint there as a sub-editor. And I was also on the English news desk where I was reading the news for, that was Radio 1 and Radio 3, I think, back then. And after that, I went into corporate. So really my photojournalism journey starts from 2010. In 2010, I decided to go to South Africa and pursue a certificate in photojournalism and documentary photography because it's something that I'd always wanted to do. You know, it was like a hidden passion that you don't talk about because you don't know how you're going to achieve that. So I got a bursary from the Market Photo Workshop. It's a school of photography based in Newtown. And then I had to make up the difference, and I didn't know how. But my family came through for me. I was a full-time student the whole year. They were sending me money, and then I went on internship, and then they were paying me, which helped quite a lot. So that's how I started in photojournalism, and I came back to Zimbabwe afterwards, and I worked for a new paper. It was called The Mail, but it didn't last very long. And then I started freelancing. And during the time I was freelancing, I did mentorship program with the US Embassy, and that opened a lot of doors for me. And I also did another mentorship program called Women in News, which of course opened a lot of doors. These things are really important. I think mentorship is very important. It opens a lot of doors for you. And I worked for the Zimbabwe Mail from 2013 to 2014, but also that didn't last very long. This was the old Mail that came back as the Zimbabwe Mail, but didn't last very long. But it was good to be out in the field and gain a bit of experience in photojournalism. But I didn't get to do much of documentary photography, which is really my passion. And I got a scholarship, a Shielding scholarship, to do a master's in the UK. I did master's in media management because I just feel like I'm too old to be in the field. I would rather be in the office, and then I can go and do my documentary without much pressure. The thing with photojournalism is that it has so much pressure, and sometimes you just want to take it a bit slow. So yeah, that's why I pursued masters in media management. In 2013, me and some friends, Davina Jolgi, Cynthia Matonaze, and Nancy Mteki, we started the Zimbabwe Association of Female Photographers. So we just wanted to create our own platform, because if you don't do that, no one's going to create space for you. So the Zimbabwe Association of Female Photographers is a professional body. We cater for professionals. Although we do have amateurs, we cater for professionals. We basically want to professionalize the industry, and our mission is to have female photographers that are well trained, that are professional basically, because as you know, a lot of people in Zimbabwe are not really professional in their conduct, in their practice. So we do trainings through documentary photography projects. We've done a lot of projects, and we do public exhibitions because one of our goals is to make art accessible to the people. So we do a lot of public exhibitions. We've done street exhibitions. We've done exhibitions in the park. That's what we really like, because not only are we training ourselves through the projects, but we're also making art accessible to the people. Right now we're working on something big, something very exciting. It's going to happen at the end of the year, from mid-November to mid-December. I think people should be on the lookout for it. It's going to be really great. It's going to be amazing. That's all I can say for now. But it's about bringing art to the people on a very big scale, and just promoting press freedom, promoting the practice of photojournalism and documentary photography. So that's the long and short. That's my life story, and I like to train young people and mentor them. I've been trained by Radio Netherlands Training Center to be a trainer. So if some young people like to be trained or mentored, you can always get in touch with me. You can have a look at my website, angelajimu.com. I've got my contact details there. So I hope to see some of the young people come to me. Well, you know, there are so many challenges in the media industry in Zimbabwe, particularly as a photojournalist. When I came back from South Africa in 2011, I found it very tough, and when I met up with Davina, then we discussed forming the Zimbabwe Association of Female Photographers as a supporting structure, so that you could have a place where you can go and get some advice, some help. You can also better yourself, you can better your craft. So those challenges are still there until this day. You know, female photographers are not, I can't say they're not valued, but they are seen as lesser than their male counterparts. I remember even in South Africa I experienced that. I remember when I went to a soccer match the other time, and I went with the driver. It was just me and the driver, and I got to the gate and this guy says, "Oh, okay, so are you going to be writing the story?" And then I told him that I was the photographer, and the guy I was with was the driver. That shook him because a lot of people are still expecting photographers or photojournalists to be men. It's still a male-dominated industry. We do have some females, but it's still very male-dominated. So I think when you're starting in the industry, you need that support structure. It's very important. Then you can build your confidence. You can speak to other women and find out how they're weathering the challenges. I can say that if you're looking to be rich, you'll be in the wrong profession. You cannot be rich by being a photographer, photojournalist, or documentary photographer. It has to be a passion. You have to be in it for some cause. Why are you in it? You have to examine your motives and your intentions. It is important to have a passion, because you cannot buy passion. So you have to be passionate about the profession. You can't just say, "Oh, it's the only thing I can do." And it's not easy. I don't think anything in life is ever really easy. You have to work very hard. You have to, I'll keep going back to my point. You have to have a support structure. My family has been very supportive, and the association as well. The people that we've worked with have been very supportive, and our partners as well have been very supportive. So it's like a whole structure that you need to be able to make it. You can't really say that you can make it on your own. No, I don't think you can. You need people around you. And collaborations are very important as well. It's harder to do something when you're on your own, particularly if you're looking for funding, for instance. They will ask you, whom are you working with? And if you're alone, it will be very difficult for you to get that funding. You need to collaborate. The world we are living in and where we are headed to, you need to be able to work with other people so that you have something better, because other people's ideas always bring something different to what you know or what you're used to. So these are some of the things that you really need to consider when you want to venture into photojournalism or photography or documentary photography. I'm sure even art photography or wedding photography, you really need to consider all those things.
For these and other stories, visit our website www.263chat.com. Follow us on Twitter at 263chat and like our Facebook page 263chat.